Hi, John here. In this video, I would like to go through how I analyze my numbers. Basically, this is more like a case study. I will just take you to my ad account and show you how I deal with numbers. So I will show you campaign and basically based on yesterday numbers, how I like work with these numbers, and what make me to think that ads that I'm going to scale are actually scalable, So I will kind of just like go through ad account and show you what I exactly do like every day. First, I would like to thank you for watching my videos. It really means a lot to me and for all that feedback I'm getting. So if you like my content and you would like to see more of my content, definitely subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell button, and if you have some ideas for future videos, definitely leave comment below. First, I will tell you something about this campaign. So basically, first, this is new business manager, new ad account. I am trying to warm it, and also it's a new payment gateway. So I'm trying to like warm both these things, like so Facebook and that payment gateway, to be able to scale properly, because I need to give them like some kind of like history, so they will not shut me down when I will like scale a bit harder. That's why I basically have here this campaign. I'm always trying to like keep that daily ad spend around like $3,000 and like hit that, So I will not go over like $6,000 per day, because I usually have like experience that when I'm like trying to get the new payment gateway work, they think I'm dangerous if I'm like starting like too high, immediately. But if I'm like trying to run around like four, five, $6,000 per day, after like a couple of weeks, and I'm not risk for them. So that's why I'm trying to keep it like max at like $6,000 in sales. As you can see, that basically here I have 4 campaigns, right? So one is classic for acquisition, second one is for retargeting. I retarget here views. Third one is about retargeting for add to carts, and the last one is where I'm retargeting website clicks. I will just go through all these campaigns. So first, let's start with that views. Actually, I created that views campaign I think 2 days ago, so it's like super new. Yeah, it just spent like $143 so far. So it's like a new campaign because I already created like not even like 40 hours ago. But well, usually what I see in these views campaigns is that first day is usually like it's great or like super bad. Here you can see like 2 different examples of ad sets, right? So I have one ad set that targets views of people who have like 75% of video and 95% of video. And you can see here like that's a huge difference, right? So first day, this one was like 0.86 ROAS, and that 95% view ad set was like 2.76, So at the beginning with those views, it's always like a little bit like gamble, because it's crazy, it's like going up and down, up and down. But views are great because when you are getting like good numbers, you can like start like doubling it every day, right? So like probably I will leave this for like 3 days to run, and then I will like push it to like 300 or 400, each of that campaign, because it means nothing, that I understand like they want to spend like $100, you don't make any money, but I know that, I mean, like 75% view, it's like great audience, it's like not so different, in compared to that 95%. So I know that this will like work at some point. So I will just leave it like that, like 3 days, that views campaign, and after 3 days I will just like start scaling it a little bit, or I will kill that one which is not moving anywhere, or maybe I will just try to even like push there a little bit more money, because sometimes they will like start working, when I will push something there. Okay, second one is, and again, I basically created like the retargeting for like add to cards, views, and website clicks like 2 days ago. So it's like super new. Yeah, again, it spent just almost like $140. It's like nothing in history of the campaign. But again, this was like fine, but add to cards are usually great, I mean, it means nothing at this like small numbers, because usually when you spend like $100 on any retargeting campaign, doesn't matter what volume you run, it's usually works. I see usually difference when I'm like spending around like $1,000 per on these like different ad sets, because then it's like difficult to like sometimes like handle that add to cart, because it's like again one day there, one day down, So, but this was like fine first day. I mean, it's like not important, but I will just go through it. And here we have website clicks. Well, basically, again, this was also like second day, 2.89 RAS. It's like easiest money, but but you need to still like get them. So yeah, these are my like retargeting campaigns. It's like nothing. I just like literally started, so I didn't created like all these retargetings that I want and didn't test it with like a lot of different creatives. I just literally like created it so it's like running and I'm not losing money, you know, because I need to like retarget these people because like free money, you know, so I cannot like ignore it. Okay, so let's move here to that acquisition campaign. Basically, yeah, it's a $45 product, so I'm selling it with right now $20 budget ad sets. I have all these ad sets and they are basically, it's like a mix of different lookalike audiences and broad ad sets. That means that those broad ad sets has only like interests in them, you know, no lookalike audiences or like any custom audiences. And those lulls, these are basically lookalike audiences that I created from list and from views, because this is like very new and that pixel doesn't have like match data, so mostly it's from my list of some like previous customers. Yeah, in this case I'm trying to not run it only with broad. I can run it with only broad audiences, but this product really like works great, you know, with that previous database. So I have a database from my other stores, so I basically took like all these databases from those stores and combined them, you know, and with that one huge database I always like upload it, you know, to new business managers and new ad accounts. And also, you don't even, when you have a database, you don't even need to be scared about if that product was not same, you know, in like same industry, same niche, like that product you are going to sell. I think it's just like anything is like great, because basically what the database means, you know, it doesn't matter what these people bought. Only what matters is that this is database of buyers, you know. So these are people who spent money on Facebook. So that's like super important. So that's why I don't care when I'm like mixing everything, because I know that if I will take the database, it will just work on whatever I want and it will find me those buyers. I'm not managing my ads manually anymore. So I'm basically using those all rules, and since I'm using those rules, I'm saving so much time every day, you know. So basically my daily work with like this is just to find assets with potential that I will duplicate, and also like I will create a lot of different variations of these assets. But I'm basically using rules, you know. So here are my rules that I'm using for that $45 product. I have a video that I created for those rules. Basically, you will find each of these specific rules in that video, so definitely watch it. And well, yeah, so that's all I'm using. It basically like all automatic, right? So even if I'm like getting ad sets, you know, with conversions after like those rules switch them off like 3 days, you know, after that, or 7 days after that, these rules will basically again like resurrect them and make them active again. So this is, for me, this is like ultimate solution for ad management. I don't need to do literally anything, you know, because it works for me for like so long so far, and it's working great. Definitely like a lot better than when I was managing everything by myself, because you can't really like be always, you know, online and checking your assets. Even when I was like hiring people who were logging in, you know, when I was sleeping and managing and stopping my ads, it still was not so great like when I have those rules, because these rules are perfect because they don't make any mistakes, you know. They are it's like cold rules, you know. They will just stop it if it's bad. They are not emotional about it, which is like a problem for people who don't have like a lot of experience with Facebook, you know. So I can like look at these numbers and make some stories about it and like kind of like make it work, you know. But if you will give power of stopping of your assets to some of your like VA, you know, who has like no experience with Facebook, they might like a little bit damage you and make that like results like even worse, you know. So it's a lot better to just use your rules, because rules, you can like do whatever you want with them and they always work. They check it all the time. Let me just show you how I do it. Look, I don't look much at ROAS, because this is $45 product and I'm running $20 ad sets. So if I didn't get conversion, that's like that. Those rules should like deal with that ad set. And if I got just one conversion, that's already like over 2 ROAS. But I don't care about one conversion, because for me, ad set with one conversion is just like pure luck. I don't want to like duplicate it. I don't want to build anything around it. I want to work only with ad set that got 2 and more conversions, because that's for me like good working ad set, and it's not like a gamble. I usually just do like first thing, and that's if I want to like scale it hard, I usually take ad sets that worked like yesterday and had 2 ROAS and more, and then I just dupe it twice, right? So basically when I have here 35 ad sets, I will like dupe it to 70. And then like it also depends really like on what budget you are running, you know. So I usually do these 2 dupes like normally with my also like other ad accounts, and then just to not be in situation where I'm constantly just duplicating same things, I also will take like best, you know, like 3 or 4 working those broad ad sets. I will duplicate each of them like 5 times or like 10 times if I want, you know. That will give me another like 30 or 40 ad sets, and I will change like all these interests in them, you know. Okay, let's say I dupe this ad set, and basically it's like broad ad set with one interest in it, and that's adventure travel. Okay, so basically I will create a couple of different duplicates of these ad sets, and then I basically will go and try to target the closest thing to that interest that I used. So for example, I here did travel, and so my next ad set will be air travel, you know. And basically I will create ad sets, you know, that has all these like neighboring interests in that travel audience, and that will immediately give me like 10 other like ad sets or like 20 other ad sets that are like very close, you know, because it's all under that travel audience, so it's like all very close. And if one of them worked, you know, there is like huge possibility that those other interests will work as well, you know. And well, you need to keep, you know, like refreshing your ads all the time. You cannot just like run it on same duplicates all the time if you are starting like increasing your budget, like scaling a little bit like rapidly. You always need to like put there like some fresh blood. So with those broad ad sets, this is what I'm doing. Okay, let's say here we have like ad set, you know, and it's basically a lull ad set, so it's combined one lookalike audience and one normal interest. And basically here I have like 2 options what I usually do, and that's first I can again switch that interest, you know. So I will use same lookalike audience like I did here, but I will try to change interest. So when I have do it yourself here, I will just switch it to furniture and duplicate it. Or if I'm getting like great numbers with that do it yourself interest or furniture interest, then I will start testing here different percentages. So for example, here I have a database and different percentages, and 6%, you know. So I can just like create ad sets for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. Also, I definitely recommend you to create databases every week, you know, because every week database will be different, you know. Facebook will find you different people. It will not be always same. Because if you are like running constantly like a lot of sales, the database is always changing and evolving. So basically, you can see here that I always have like that date from when I took the database, because I even see that sometimes like some dates of databases, they are even like older, sometimes like work for some products like better than like newer databases that have same people in it but even like more of them, and like they are newer. And all of my ad sets basically have those 2 ads in it, you know. So each ad set 2 ads. Sometimes we can use like 1 or 3. It's like all about testing, right? So if you are running like some normal numbers, you should definitely test it. But every time when I'm doing this, I just do like 2 ads, you know, in 1 ad set. I don't know why. I'm just like used to it, you know. I know that some people it works for them with 3, some 1, but for me personally and for all my ad accounts, I just always have 2 ads in 1 ad set. And that's basically how I do it, you know. It's really like not so difficult to manage your ads, you know, this way. Because I think for most people it's difficult to know when they should stop their ad sets from spending if it's like underperforming. definitely also check my video about when I stopped AdSets. And basically, then when you know when, you will create those rules, you know, that I suggested like a couple of minutes ago. And then you can focus really on testing different creatives and scaling your ads, you know, because that scaling is also not so difficult when you have like those rules. You need to know your numbers, and then you can really like scale wherever you want, you know, because with that scaling you're basically learning what works for your product, you know, and based on that you can like increase and increase and increase, you know, because you are getting a lot of data, and that increasing and that scaling process is like a lot easier for you, and you see like clearly, you know, when where you should scale, you know, what audiences work best, you know. So you just need to test a lot of audiences, then take those audiences and like scale it hard, you know. So that's how I see it, and that's how I'm doing like every day. Definitely join Adferation. It's my free Facebook mastermind group. It just started. It's actually getting like a lot bigger, you know, like last days. And it's full of marketers, you know. There are like people who spend like $1 million on Facebook every month. So if you have like something more advanced, like some advanced questions, definitely join Adferation now. It's free, and you will get like professional answers from people who has like a lot of experience, and also you will have direct connection to me. So definitely join Adferation. And also one last thing, if you recently got flagged, or well, you might get flagged because like FlagFest there, you know, or your Facebook restricted your advertising access, definitely download my free ebook. I wrote it, you know, to get you out of that Facebook circle of hell, you know. It's ultimate Facebook ad survival guide, and it will help you out, you know, so you can restart your promotion, restart your ad accounts, you know. If you even got like that complete flag, you know, and your business is blacklisted, I will show you how to restart it, so you will not need to like always like hide, you know, so Facebook is like not flagging you back, you know, again. So definitely download my free ebook. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in my tomorrow video. Bye.